Hello, I just wanted to come on and talk about the scarcity mindset as I was just having a little think about it now and kind of going over it in my own life and how that looks for me. And how it comes up a lot for me. It's one of those things that keeps on coming around because I think that because I don't have those things that society says that I should have by now. I don't have the sort of big career. I don't have, lots of money saved. I don't have a house. I don't have a partner. I don't have children. These are things that I was definitely brought up believing that I was going to achieve. I just kind of assumed, I'm going to get that when I'm older, and obviously I went on the search to find somebody and that's not happened. And I'm 44 now and, I'm very comfortable with who I am. I'm very comfortable with who I am becoming as a person, but I still get wrapped up in this kind of sense of just like not being enough, and not being enough in the world and how we view the world and how, we view what you should have by now. I've spent most of my adult life not having a lot of money. I've not had big jobs or anything because especially as a manifester, if you've done human design as a manifester, I totally recognize this. I get into a job, I love it, I'm enthusiastic, and then I get bored very easily and my energy levels just dip as well, and I just don't want to do it. So I was very good at doing the temp work, really good at doing temping and kind of sticking to that. But anything that was kind of for longer periods of time, it just didn't suit me. That's why I loved being an actor as well, because when you can be an actor, you can dip in and out of things and kind of do different roles and be creative. And it was a great way for me to do that. So, I've never sort of stuck to one particular career and kind of been sort of successful with it. So that has meant that, now I've got to the age I am now, and, I was like, wow, I feel like I'm lacking still. I do. I feel like I'm lacking in some ways still because, around me, I have friends that are getting, that have partners or are getting partners or are looking at houses and buying homes and, relationships and children and all the things. And I feel like I'm the same sometimes. I'm like, I've not changed. I'm the same person. What, and it's not like I never would want those things. They've just never kind of manifested for me. And maybe that's why. Maybe on some level I don't want them. Maybe on some level I'm not manifesting them because they're not like part of my big desires and dreams, But I think that I need to start recognizing that I have so much more as well. I think that I am somebody that has stayed consistent with my meditation practice. I am somebody that has, looked within at myself and who I am and how I show up in the world, and changed that. I've looked at my fears that I've had. I've checked in on my limiting beliefs and just gone, okay, where are they from? I wasn't born with them. Let's see if I can change them. And I've really sort of done the work to shift and change who I am. And, from that gained so much love for myself and, and joy. And that's where I'm doing really well. That's where I'm doing really well. And I need to recognize that more. I need to recognize that I'm doing really well in those aspects of my life instead of it being these outside things, these outside factors, because I don't know what's going on in everyone's life anyway. Maybe people that have those things aren't where I'm at. They're not happy. They're not joyful. So, why do we still deem those things that, as being the ultimate, the things that we need to tick off to complete life, done, done, done. Great. Now I can what? I don't know. So, and I think for me, this is coming up because I'm currently in the process of moving out of my flat. I moved into this lovely 1-bedroom flat when it was just pre-COVID, so it was perfect timing. It was the first time I'd ever lived alone, and I loved it. I've loved having my own space. It's been just my little sanctuary. And through sort of finances and other sort of various things happening, I'm having to move out of this flat as it's been sold as well. It's not mine, I'm renting. And I'm moving into with a friend into it's her mum's house. I'm moving in there, and we're going to be, living together there. So it'll be an adjustment because I've lived here 3 years, and it's going to be an adjustment for me to live with somebody again. And it feels sometimes like a step back. And, I think we can often look at things like that as a step back, and they're not, I don't know what's going to happen, could be the best thing ever. Wonderful things could happen, and I keep an open mind about it all. But every now and then it just kind of comes and takes me off and just sweeps me off and goes, well, you haven't done all this and you haven't done this. And I just have to stop and just recalibrate, just go, yeah, but what do you have? What do I have? What am I doing well at? And I think this is a really good thing to do every day. Just check in with yourself. And we focus so much. We have such a negative bias for many reasons, going back to the days, obviously, in the past where we do have to look for negative things, and now we're just drawn to them. So, but our negative reaction is there for a very good reason, but it just basically means that we focus on it way more, and we don't want to focus on the negative, we want to focus on the positive. And again, this is not about ignoring the negative, because if something comes up, it's dealing with that. It's having that emotion, seeing it through, kind of either journaling, having the emotion, having the physical reaction, just doing something to feel that reaction. Emotion is energy in motion. It's coming from somewhere, and it just needs releasing. It just needs to get out there. So if you are having a negative emotion, please, just do it safely, do it, with compassion and kindness, but let it out. So if you want to scream, I love screaming into a cushion sometimes and punching pillows. That's good fun. We're not taught to be angry. We're not taught about all the so-called negative emotions, which are not negative. They're just all emotions, but we just deem them negative, and we try to suppress them. And in suppressing them, they get pushed down, and then they get all stored up in our body, and that just causes all sorts of problems and all sorts of dis-ease in ourselves. So, if you're having emotions, please let them out. But this isn't about kind of just thinking positive and be positive and positive vibes. But it is about just reframing those thoughts, stopping and reframing those thoughts that you do have and going, okay, hang on a minute. Okay, I feel that way. Yep, I can see why I feel that way. It's because of this. And maybe that's come from something in, your past, your history. Okay, I'm going to have the emotion. And now what am I going to do going forward? What are you going to do going forward? And I found that a huge help with me. So I just wanted to share that with you, just in case anyone else kind of has that, where you just have a reaction about something, an overreaction about something, or something keeps on coming up and you don't know how to deal with it. And the more you do it, I'm not saying it might not go away, but the more you do it, the easier it does get. So I'm here, I'm with you. If you want to ask me any questions or get in touch, please just email me. I will put it in the show notes below. So thank you very much for listening.